You say test the healer. Make sure you're interrupting Howling Fear. Howling Fear is a fear. Remember that when you're feared, you can't control where your character goes. He runs wherever he wants to run. Ground Pound. Use defensive during Ground Pound. Remember to get any of the bolts that you can. Any cast that says bolt, you want to interrupt those. Pick up the orbs. Watch the frontal. I think I can pull these into the next group. Yeah, one's dead, so we can pull one into the next group for sure. Careful with the frontal. Interrupt to Howling Fear. Careful with the frontal. Careful with the beams. You know, way back when, I actually wouldn't pug monks because they couldn't stay alive in my keys, but I haven't seen that in a long time. Just monks playing like an old-fashioned monk. Seismic Slam. Use defensive. Remember, the first Seismic Slam is on the tank. There is no Dispel. Seismic Smash again. Remember, as a Death Knight, you don't want to use Anti-Magic Shell during the Seismic Smash because Seismic Smash actually puts a stock Seismic Reverberation on you. You want to be careful with this Seismic Reverberation. Let's get the boss out of that corner. You want to be careful with the Seismic Reverberation dot and make sure that your healer is dispelling it just before the Seismic Smash goes off. You want the Stone Shield to be on you after the Seismic Smash goes off. During the Seismic Smash is cast. I'm going to say during the Seismic Smash is cast. Seismic Smash again. Engaging offensive protocols. Careful with the beams. 29% on the boss. I actually did not pug a hero. I just realized that. Sorry, I think we have the damage. We don't need a healer. Or not healer. A hero. Careful with the beams. Use the arrows to destroy some beams. %3 left. They did say to test the healer. I don't think this is what they meant by test the healer. We need to restart our playlist. You think I can stay alive for 5 seconds while I restart the playlist? Yeah. Stay alive for 5 seconds while we restart the playlist. Make sure you're interrupting the Garrett cast. That is a silence. Wait, I couldn't poke a hero because this was a 4-man group. I just remembered that. Bringing the speaker into the next pull. So, don't know if anybody knew this, but you can actually use the Cave Dweller and the Ogari healing potion on different cooldowns. Just learned that the other day from my healer, which is kind of cool. So both of them share a cooldown with this tempered potion, but they don't share a cooldown with each other, which is kind of weird. Shadow Claw, use defensive. Careful with the Void Outburst. Make sure you're interrupting Piercing Wail. I believe Piercing Wail is the only interrupt on this pull, so Piercing Wail is the priority interrupt. Censoring gear. Careful with censoring gear. Void Outburst. Make sure you use defensives during Void Outburst. Alright, pulling into the next pull. You know what? I forgot to put a stream marker again. Can you whisper yourself? Maybe I could set up a macro to whisper myself when I already check to tell me, like, set a stream marker. The boss. Careful with the purple circles. Remember to pick up those orbs. Those orbs do disappear. So first boss drops crystals. As you're fighting the crystals, the boss will drop orbs, the first set of orbs. The first set of orbs will go away after the second set of crystals spawns. So you want to make sure you picked up those orbs before the second set of crystals spawn. Focus down the boss's shield. I don't know why I'm doing no damage. 200k. We need our gear score up. We're gonna have to figure out the crafting thing. Careful with the crystals. Pick up the orbs. We have 1 crystal coming in. Break the shield as quickly as possible. Don't forget that every time the boss discharges, he's going to add to this void discharge dot. And the void discharge dot is basically increasing the boss's next void discharge damage by 10%, I think. % left. Four, 3, 2. Boss is dead. He's gonna lead you down the path of darkness. I'm gonna lead you down the path that rocks. Alright, pull in the next group. Oh boy. Yep, he was melee. Storing metals needs to be interrupted. You'll be fine. Not 100% sure why. Okay, we're good. Why we're taking so much damage, I have no idea. Come on, monk. Save me. You get off the monk. Yeah, turn and beat up the monk. Not cool. Careful with the circles. Is this a Raider IO increase for us? Look. No, it's not. Next key will be if we time this, then we'll get a 12, and then the 12 will be a Raider IO increase for us. Oh man. Controlling the monk. Careful with the frontals. Frontal again. Dot on the paladin. Dot on the monk. Alright. Pull the next pull. Do you see it? Interrupt restoring metal. Five seconds. Alright, going through the doorway. Interrupt alloy bolt. Fanatically loyal, no doubt. I have not gotten the mount from this boss. I've run this dungeon a lot of times this season. I still have not gotten the mount. Careful with the frontal. Watch the crate. Exhaust vents. I know. I'm out of range. Well, that's not fair. The orbs are going to the boss that has the crate. No cheating. That's not fair. Careful with the vents. Interrupt molten metal. Exhaust vents. This is gonna hurt. We got it. Going to need some personal time. Come in. I think the playlist has this song on it multiple times. Options, audio. Careful the frontal. Frontal the other way. 10% left. Watch the frontals. Ideally, you want to bait these frontals into the doorways, like the door frame, so that the boss does not run away from you. Pull next mobs. So people do tend to like it better if I tank these bosses against the wall. Personally, I think it's better to tank them in the middle so that people have room on both sides to run. But people like them tanked on the side, so I do recommend tanking these ads on the side. Careful the frontal. Oh boy. Focus down that totem. Totems are priority as soon as they are up. Ally Bolt needs to be interrupted. Stonevault needs to be interrupted with any extra interrupts. Restoring metal should be interrupted or CC'd every time. Restoring metal is actually the priority interrupt on this pull. Going left. Okay. I've returned. Good news is we timed our 11 stone